No, you are. College of the Ozarks. Boom. Hello, hello.
What up?
Nothing. Just waiting on Sabrina.
In the house.
There you go.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
We are good.
Great. We are great.
Good.
We are great. Oh, I gotta get
Shelter
my-
in place stuff. So
I gotta get my clock on. My
yeah.
20 minute. Wait, maybe.
So the name of this thing is, Sabrina, is 20 for 2020. Okay, so 20 minutes for 2020 grads. So who knows what direction we're going to take this, what we're going to do. We're going to allow, I let Chad kind of do the interviews. He thinks of good questions, and I kind of throw in some stuff as I think about it. And then I have a little game for you to play at the end, and it's easy. It's easy.
Sweet.
So, okay?
Sweet. All right. Well, let's get
Go for it,
started
Chad.
with 20 for 2020. We've got Sabrina Thomas with us today here on Brad and Chad. This is our newest program we're bringing you with 2020 seniors of Kiowa County. And Sabrina, kind of tell everybody a little bit about yourself and just any unique, interesting thing you want to share right away.
I don't even know. What do you want to know?
That's all right. We'll get through some of the stuff. So what have you been doing in the quarantine? What have you been doing, and how has that been affecting you, or how have you enjoyed that or not enjoyed that?
Schoolwork for Miss McMurray and Mr. Hoganson. And I think the hardest part is getting up at like 9:50 so I can go to my Spanish meeting at 10.
Yeah.
Because I don't like getting up extra early for that.
So you have a Spanish meeting at 10?
Yeah, every day from Monday to Friday.
Is Seth
Oh
in
wow.
that?
Huh?
Is Seth in that? Do you know?
Apparently Seth
Yeah.
must not be in that. Is he up
Well,
at
he's in
10?
a Spanish class. I don't know if it's the same one. That's why I'm wondering. Is Seth?
We're in the same Spanish class.
Yeah. Okay.
We have a Jordan, Seth, and me all have a group chat on Snapchat, and it's we
Okay.
hate Spanish.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So
Speaking of
what-
Seth, in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, there we go. Every day. Every day. Every day. So what so I know you're not doing schoolwork every day. So what other things are you doing while you're quarantined or at home?
Well, sometimes I go and play tennis with RJ. We go on walks. For the past 2 days, we've tried to. So Tish bought me a printer. So like when I go off to college, I'll have a printer.
Yeah.
And we've been trying to figure it out for the past 2 days, and get RJ's computer hooked to it, my phone, my computer, Tish's phone, and it's just so hard.
Yeah. So basically what we're hearing is if anybody in the IT world out there
Yeah. Chris Wolfley.
Sabrina out to get everything hooked up to this printer, make
Yeah.
sure and she'd appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe if Chris Wolfley, I think he follows Brad and Chad. He might be able to help out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So what so what's your thoughts and feelings? I mean, you guys obviously you got done with your basketball season and you were getting ready to go into track. Then everything gets shut down. What's your kind of thoughts on that whole part? And obviously I'm sure you're missing track, but there we go.
I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty upset that track got canceled. I was looking forward to state one more time. I mean, if I got the privilege to go. And basketball, I was a little upset that it got canceled early.
Yeah.
Or it didn't get canceled, I guess. We just didn't make it to where we needed to go. But, I mean, I think it gives everybody a rest. Like, everything was pretty stressful this year. I mean, it was for me anyways, also because I'm a senior.
Yeah.
I think it kind of just gives everybody a break.
Do
And
you wish though, like it gives everybody a break? Like, would you still rather be there and in school and doing all of that, or are you kind of a
yeah, for sure. The temptation of sleeping in past my classes
yeah,
is pretty hard, and not having someone on me, like, to get up in the morning. But if I'm at school, like, I have to be there.
yeah,
So when you
yeah.
talk about track, I was curious. What all were you a state champion in? I know you've been a state champion in discus. What else?
And shot put. I was the state champion for shot put sophomore year,
Okay.
and then discus sophomore and junior.
Both years, sophomore and junior year. So you had a
Yeah.
chance to be 3-time state champion in the discus.
Yeah.
Wow. That's greatness. That's greatness.
Yeah.
Sabrina. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Wow. So, so tell us about, so like you didn't originally start going to school here in Kiowa County, right? Where did you go to school at before you came here?
Well, I mean, I've always gone to Kiowa County, but I went to Dodge
Okay.
the first half of my freshman year, and then I've been here ever since.
But were you at Kiowa County before, when you were in junior high and?
Yeah.
She was a junior high JAG student.
Yeah.
Ah.
The second half of sixth grade, like the second semester, I went to Dodge City Middle School, and then
Okay.
I came back my 7th and 8th grade year.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't pay attention to kids until they get into high school. Even my own kids, I don't pay attention to them until they get into high school.
Do you know who Creston is?
Yeah, who?
Yeah.
So what has been like your most memorable, your biggest memory, I guess I would say, of your high school, 4 years of high school?
I think state track last year. I'm not saying it was like the best memory, but it was a really big memory just because everything was at Waters, like everything. I was so tense.
Yeah.
It was the biggest memory.
So it feels cool, Brad. I don't know. Have you ever been, like, when you were in high school, were you a state champion of anything?
Baseball.
Baseball state champs.
Yeah.
And so, the baseball state champs there. Sabrina, you've been a state champion individually, and then your team was state champs. We were wrestling state champs on my high school wrestling team. So, like, there really is no feeling as good in high school, I think, other than probably, when you get that first real serious girlfriend or boyfriend and you kiss for the first time. But outside of that, there's like that's a culmination. I mean, like, that's a great feeling in high school when you get to win state. Did it feel better? And this can be selfish, and don't feel bad about it, but did it feel better to win state as an individual, or did it feel better to win state with your entire team as well?
I think definitely as an individual, just because I know that I've worked hard for what I got. And I'm not saying my team didn't work hard, because I know that they worked their butt off to get where we got. But I think just definitely myself, knowing that I can do it by myself with the help of my coaches and everything, and the support of my teammates.
Yeah. And that's one of the things I love about sports that are individual and also teams. So like the tracks, the golfs, the cross countries, the wrestlings, the kind of sports where, when you lose and you didn't succeed, like, you lost. Like, you can't blame in basketball or football or volleyball or other sports, it's very easy to blame that, well, if so-and-so wouldn't have taken so many shots that they should have taken, or, if the set was good, or whatever the excuse is, you always blame somebody else. But when you're out there throwing the shot put or the discus, like at the end of the day, you can't blame anybody else if you don't do good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I remember watching the state tournament last year. I was watching it from my house, and I remember I was watching the point totals, and Lincoln was in front and you guys were second, and I knew the 4x4 was coming up, and I had seen that Lincoln didn't have anyone in it, and I was like just watching, and all of a sudden I saw, dude, Sabrina's, because you weren't in first place the whole time for the discus. Didn't you take over first place on your last throw, right?
Well, yeah. So it started raining when I was throwing.
Yeah.
So they didn't do finals, and we only got 4 throws.
Okay.
So it was my third. I threw my third throw, and then they canceled. Like they.
Okay.
Yeah. So I
But
was
it was
in
your last throw that got you first place, right?
It was my third throw, and then I came back
Okay.
the next day, and then
Right. Okay. And so I remember watching that and seeing that you had won it, and I looked at my wife and said, "They just won the state championship. I guarantee it." Because you got that 10 points, which I think pulled it into a tie, and then I saw Lincoln didn't even have a 4x4, so I was like, I'm like, yeah, they're gonna place. I didn't realize they're gonna set a state record in the 4x4, but I was like, well, they're gonna place in the 4x4. But that's a great example of what Chad was talking about, that your individual performance that you should be extremely proud of cemented a team achievement as well. So that's just really cool to watch.
Yeah, cool. Tell everybody, what do you hold school records in track?
Yeah, I have the discus and shot put record.
And how long, prior, so 2 things, because we actually have Kiowa County school records and then the Greensburg school records. So is your Kiowa County records better than the Greensburg records?
I have no idea.
That'd be a good question. We should look at that. We should evaluate that.
But
how long had those records been that you broke? How long had they been there?
My freshman year, I think I broke the discus record, the shot put record, my first throw at our first meet. And
nice.
Then I think I set a new discus record last year, right?
So you've kind of broken your own
I
record
said it
a couple of times. Okay.
Very cool.
Academically, what's your favorite subject?
My favorite what?
Subject in school.
Weights. Just kidding.
Said like a true thrower. A true thrower.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Weights.
I don't want to get up and go to class for anything else.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Probably English. I think just because Miss McMurray, like, she makes it fun. Like, even though we all don't like reading, like Macbeth and stuff like that. I mean, some of us do, and some of us understand it and get it and like it. But, like, she makes it fun, and it makes you want to read it. And, I mean, she's a good teacher, in all honesty. She's always going to be there to, like, help you learn if you don't understand something. And she's just going to be there for you.
So what's next for Sabrina Thomas? Obviously this year, once school gets done this year, we don't know what's going to happen with graduation or if they're going to be able to make something like that happen. But what are your plans after this year moving forward? Is it to go to college, a trade school, out into the workforce?
I'll work this summer, and then I just got accepted into Dodge, and I'm a walk-on volleyball player. Since we didn't have the tryouts for Dodge, she just considered me a spot on her team, which I'm very grateful for.
Yeah.
I'll go to Dodge for 2 years and get my gen eds for psychology, and then Fort Hays and Dodge, they have like this 2 and 2 year thing. So then I'll go to Hays as a junior and finish out with my degree in psychology.
Brad, out of curiosity, we know anybody on the call that knows anything about psychology or any of that kind of stuff?
We do, and I kind of feel like Sabrina was influenced by her junior high JAG teacher, who also is big in psychology. I don't know. What do you, who do you think is your biggest influence in the world of psychology, Sabrina? And there is a right answer.
Oh, definitely Brad.
There you go. I was gonna
Brad.
say,
It's Brad.
gotta be me.
It's Brad. So are you gonna no track at all at Dodge? Or are you gonna maybe?
Yeah, I was curious about that too.
Yeah, well, people are saying like I can do track and volleyball, but I think with psychology, it's like a big thing to major in, and so that's gonna be like a lot of work. And then I'm already gonna have like volleyball practice and stuff like that. And so I think just adding track would be more stress and more time that I don't get to study and stuff like that. So I think I might just stick to volleyball. But if something works out, I guess I'll do track too.
So how did you pick between the two? Because obviously in track, I mean, potential 3-time state champion in the discus, a shot state champion, potential 2-time there this year, depending on what happened. How did you pick volleyball over track, or how did you make that decision on what you wanted to do in college?
I think volleyball is just my favorite sport.
Yeah.
And I like track, even though I say I don't like it a lot of the times. I love track, but I think keeping just track in high school is my thing. And like, yeah, I could leave volleyball in high school too, but I want to become better and go bigger with volleyball. And
So basically,
I mean,
you just want to spike it in somebody's face,
Yeah.
right?
yeah,
Like
for the rest of my life.
Right.
Okay.
Wow. Now what?
Yeah.
Love it.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Well, we've got just under 5 minutes, just under 4 minutes down there left. So, Brad, you want to kick off your questions?
I do. I do want to say one thing. I've known Sabrina since your 8th grade year, I think, was when I came over with Jack. Actually 7th grade year, but then 8th grade coached you in basketball and whatnot. And I remember there are 3 people that I've coached that I have said, I'm telling you what, look out when this girl gets older. And that was Allison Davis, who ended up being a stud by the time she was senior. Sabrina Thomas, who obviously you were a stud this year. And then right now we got a little girl that's a freshman named Liberty Gilkey that I have said, I'm telling you, this girl's going to be a beast. And so, so you're in that group of people that I have said, I'm telling you what, you watch out. This girl's going to be awesome. So congratulations for your, your academic stuff, your athletic stuff. But, I could see it coming. And so congratulations on that. So here's the game I want to play. It's most likely to. So I want you to think about, and if you watched Gavin's thing yesterday, it's the same game. I want you to picture every single senior in your brain. Okay, think of them right now. Okay, and I'm gonna ask you a question, and then you tell me who you think is the right answer to this. So, of all the seniors, who is the most likely to marry a celebrity?
Ooh,
Gavin.
tough one.
Just
Who?
because he talks to everybody.
Gavin.
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 That's a good one.
Yeah, just
That's a good one.
everybody.
Right?
He would.
All right.
He would be the one that would go talk to somebody without.
Yeah, he'll just walk up to someone and be like, "Hey, so I follow you on Instagram. So you want to go out?" Type of a thing. So he just doesn't care. So no, you're right. Okay, so who is most likely to do weird things in public? Not necessarily illegal, just weird.
Seth.
That's just name to my mind.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, you should see your son in public.
He's over here laughing. He's going, what? Yeah. He said you'd be the most likely to do weird things in public.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no, he said, oh, yeah. All right, good. So, okay, so of all the seniors, who is most likely to get married first? You know, who's that one that's just going to fall in love with someone and boom, it's over?
That kind of falls in
Me.
line with one of my last questions. I was going to be like, so how long till you get married, Sabrina?
Oh. Hopefully it's a little while.
Yeah, definitely a little while. I don't know.
So here, I'll give you a different one. Who is,
Thanks.
of all, that's fine, of all your seniors, who's the first one to die in the zombie apocalypse? Who's not making it out?
That's easy.
Ashland?
Ashland.
Would he try and debate with the zombie? Yeah. And then all of a sudden the zombie would be like, dude, I'm just gonna eat you.
Literally exactly what I was thinking.
Right. So that's
not
funny.
gonna get it.
That's funny. Well, Sabrina, what final thoughts do you have for us, or final thoughts that you want to say to anybody that's out there watching our 20 for 2020 with you? Your senior year comes to an end.
Stay safe and wash your hands.
There you go.
Stay safe and wash your hands.
Love it.
Yeah.
Right, that's good. Well, guys, thanks for joining us. That was senior Sabrina Thomas joining us for 20 for 2020, and we'll see you on the next episode. This will be out there, and we'll try and get through the rest of the seniors as well. Sabrina, thanks for being on with us, and have a great rest of the day.
All right.
Thanks
See
for
ya.
having me. See ya.
Yeah.